Hey, I'm emanrulzfilmz, and I'll be showing you how to use an Xbox 360 controller as a mouse via Joy 2 key. First, what you're going to want to do is download Joy 2 key and have your Xbox 360 controller ready. The Joy 2 key site looks like this. And I'll have a link in the description for this download button right here. So click on that and download it. And then you'll have to go into your downloads or whatever file you downloaded it into. And then this right here. And if you open it, there's this folder, and in there's the application and all that. When you save the folder from that download button, that's what downloads it. So you're gonna want to right click on that, go down to the extract all, and set where you want to extract it to. Well, then you go to the folder that you extracted it to. For me, it's the exact same name, just it's an open folder and it isn't zipped. So you'll want to go to that. Then there's another folder. Open that. My 360 controller's a little jumpy. Well, then you have the README, the Joy 2 key, and the Joy 2 key application. Now, if you didn't have the Xbox 360 controller plugged in right now, you would click on this and it would say cannot find DirectX 6 controller, something like that, but it won't open the program. So right now, grab your wired Xbox 360 controller or one of the lower end, what would you call them? Remakes, maybe? You know, like the Joytech and all those. I think there's 3 different companies that make Xbox 360 controllers. They're just not Xbox 360 by Microsoft controllers. So then you'll want to open up the application and it will pop up a window like this. My controller's a little touchy, but instead of it having this mouse program as the very first one, it will have something called, I think, first controller, but you don't want it to be that. Because it doesn't have all the things you need for the joystick to work and for the joystick to move and all that. So in the first controller, click on that and then go over to this tab over here on others. Click that. You'll want to set the number of joysticks to 2 or 1, but 2, it seems to make it run a little faster. And then the emulation method, just put it as default. If you don't, it doesn't do anything different, it just messes around with the setting up of the controller. Then use axes other than X and Y, you'll want that, and then use POV switches, which are like your D-pad switches. And then threshold for input, put it at 10%. It makes it a bit better for accuracy, but not exactly the best for moving it around, so you'll have to play around with that a while. After you do that, click create, then it asks you to name it, but I already have one, so I'm gonna just click cancel. I'm gonna have to make this next part quick. I only have 3, give or take a minute left. So, once you have it like this, it's gonna be just blank. Everything will say disabled. Everything, including that, unless you changed it. And then you'll want to come up, and to set them, you'll just select it, left click on it, and then right click on it to get this menu. Configure this button. Then if you're wanting to use this button, which in this case it's the joystick on the left hand side, if you want to use it as a button, you can go to keyboard and then change it to a button, but I'm using it as a mouse, the scroll on the left. So you'll do that, then click OK, and then it sets it. Now if I come down here to buttons, my first button, which is the A button, is F9, so I'll configure it, and then right now it automatically took me to keyboard, but if I wanted the A button for some reason to be, I don't know, left click or something, then I'd click on that, and then it would make it a left click, but I don't want it to be that. So then click OK, and it sets it at what you put it as, but since I just unset it, it doesn't do anything now. I could click on it a million times and nothing will happen. So, I'm gonna have the link to download Joy2Key in the description, and then this simple mouse. It pretty much makes your right joystick how you move your mouse, and then all the different buttons and how they are in order and all that. I might even make a second video that has all the pictures with all the buttons and all the axes and all that. But that might be a bit out of the way. I might just give you this. But so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, like if this program won't download, or you don't know how to extract it, or anything like that, give me a message on YouTube, or I put my YouTube email, not the one I made this account on, but the one I use for YouTube questions, on my channel, so you can go over there, check it out, see about sending me a message. And if you have a question about this down here, or how I made my computer like this, even the mouse, just ask me, and I'll probably be making a video on it here soon. So that's the basics to making an Xbox 360 controller work as your mouse.